It's a high calling. You know, I really can't blame my life on anybody or anything that happens. And again, we come back to that idea that we're each responsible for our own life experiences. And if you're talking about other people a lot, it's kind of like you're missing the whole point. You're missing the whole idea. You came in here as this amazing creature full of every good thing. There's power for good and in you, Ernest Holmes would have said, and available to you. And you can use that power. In fact, you are using that power. So now maybe it's time to calm ourselves down a little bit and reflect and think about the idea of meditation and be still and know who you are. My God, you're amazing. Do you know that about yourself? Be still and reflect upon how great thou art. If you could do that more often, if you could get out of the spin zone, turn off the television, and reflect upon how wonderful your life really is, and challenge yourself to be a bit more of a practitioner where you can see the good and the good and the good, because really, if you have the consciousness of understanding that you live and move and have your being in divine substance, if you have that consciousness where you know you live, move, and have your being in divine substance, that's the great story. The great story is I live, move, and have my being in divine substance. What else would you want to talk about other than that? I'll invoke people you don't know. Jackie Gleason. How sweet it is. How sweet it is to have the understanding that you live, move, and have your being in divine substance, and it responds to you. My goodness gracious, when we were kids, we used to have to pray to a God above, we thought, and we were always trying to become better because we thought there was something wrong with us. We thought if we did some novenas or some prayers or whatever, acts of contrition, that maybe somehow we would be forgiven, because surely we didn't feel like we were adequate in so many ways. We didn't know that we were born beautiful, whole, and complete. Most of us weren't taught that we were born beautiful, whole, and complete, and amazing. How many of you were raised knowing you were amazing? How many of you were raised being told how wonderful and intelligent and attractive and fabulous and terrific, that the whole world is there for you? I mean, did you miss that part of your childhood? And we're grateful for our parents, and we're grateful for the learning that we got from people who loved us. And we also know that there's much for us to do, because quite honestly, not everybody gets those kind of truthful messages. Louise Hay said, we are all victims of victims, that we've all been raised by people. And the people who raised us were wonderful in so many ways, as you know. And they also passed on things to us that probably weren't the most enlightened things in the world.